All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back to guide you through another weekend of successful bets, this time using strictly mathematically pinpoint accurate data. There's no time to waste, so we're going to jump straight into it. First fight of the night, the Jawaian Camilla Kirk versus the Tipton Hotel's finest, Esteban. Social media has been flooded with everybody breaking down this fight, and as I said before, I'm not here to waste your time. I'm going with Kirk. Next fight. Nice try, John Bones Killer Gorilla Cannoneer. You think we're going to sit here and watch you guys jump Michael Bisping? You're out of your mind. I'm going to give the commission a call. Make sure this fight gets canceled. Next fight. Jessica Penne versus Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci. Once you guys hear the backstory of this fight, you're going to know why this is one of the can't miss matchups of the night. The story goes, next fight. Mana Martinez versus Cameron Simon from South Africa. As a fellow African, this is a good time for me to talk about the power of representation. When I see this white man, I see myself. Shout out to us Africans. I'm going Martinez. Next fight. Ian Machado Gary versus Song Keenan. Between Machado from Ireland, Keenan from China, and the last African guy, somebody's trolling and I don't like it. I'm going Martinez again. Next fight. The Cuban Missile Crisis. Julian Marquez versus Power Bar Marc-Andre Barrios. There's a lot of stake at this fight. The loser has to admit that they have a terrible nickname, and the winner gets a chance to change their terrible nickname, which is a win-win for all of us. Don't be greedy. You don't have to bet on this fight. Next fight. Vivian Arahu versus Amanda Rebus. All jokes aside, this is a very good card. Amanda is the only female double champ in UFC history, and she's now going for her third at flyweight. I've never been one to hate on greatness. I'm going with Amanda. Next fight. Derek Brunson versus Drukos Du Plessis, also from South Africa. As much as myself as I see my fellow African brother, he's still a young middleweight prospect fighting Blonde Brunson. Calculus has already shown Blonde Brunson doesn't lose to middleweight prospects. But wait until weigh-ins before you put in your bets. The hypotenuse only correlates with a blonde hypothetical. If his hair is not dyed, the math is not mathin'. Go with the science. Next fight. Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones from Guam. These Guam guys sure do look alike. I looked at Trevin too quick. I thought it was Frank Camacho or John Tuck. If I'm this confused, I can only imagine what Cody feels like. I'm going with Trevin. Next fight. Bo Nickel. Shout out to Bo's parents for the time efficiency. You take the extra B out of Bob, you could say Bo that much faster. Bo Nickel versus Jamie Pickett. Fun fact, Bo Nickel has 2 fights, while Jamie Pickett has 21. I did the algebra, and that's over 10 times the fight. I'm going with Jamie Pickett. Next fight, this might be the best fight of the night. New Zealand's #1 op, Jalen Turner, was initially scheduled to fight Hitman number 5 and Dan Hooker, but the country decided to change their mind and outsource the work to Poland, so here we are. Mateus Gamera versus Julian Tarantula Turner. Very close fight, very good fight. But we all know, as long as New Zealand has MMA and lightweights choose to partake, Jalen Turner will not stop. I'm going with Turner. Next fight. Geoff, nope, that's a typo. I know who this guy is. His name is Jeff. Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. You all know the drill. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 6. That's only 1 higher than our threshold, so there's still hope for Jeff. And if you pay attention, he's already started the process of growing his Dagestani beard. But the devil's in the details. Look closer. He still has a mustache. That's not how it works, Jeff. I'm going with Shavkat. Next fight. One of the scariest women to ever step in the UFC, Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso, one of the most innocent looking women to ever step in the UFC. I'm not going to waste your day counting out those letters. I'm just going to wish that young lady the best. I'm going with Valentina. And here we are, our main event, the return of the GOAT, Jon Bones Jones versus Ciryl Gane. This is for the heavyweight title. This is Ciryl Gane's second attempt at the title. The first one was a loss to Francis Ngannou, who, fun fact, learned how to wrestle in the locker room right before he walked out for that fight. Unfortunately for Gane, Jon Jones has announced that he's going to learn how to wrestle the morning of the fight, which gives him 8 more hours than Francis had. I'm going with Jones, and that's it. UFC 285 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Good luck with your picks.